Yeah, the accountability chart. And so this is like an organizational chart with a little bit of a twist to it. It is obviously the traditional org chart, but then it also has what role they run. Like, what are the 5 things that they're responsible for? You know, sometimes brain damage happens, especially in a small organization, when you have 2 people that kind of like own something and they're both having to constantly watch it and nobody is really in charge, and it creates some friction and some brain damage and they're both worried about it. And putting one person in charge of that is super important. And so one book that helps with this is the book called emth. Emyth is, we'll talk about like creating the org chart first, and then you're going to basically put the roles in. Don't put the people in there yet, but create the roles, create the org chart, and then once you're done creating the organization, then you can put the people's names in each of these. Now, you may find that you have some people sitting in multiple seats, and ultimately that's okay. You just want to be intentional about it and really understand who's sitting in what seat and who's responsible for what. And so the big piece about this is accountability, right? Like, you really want people to be accountable for certain things, and if a ball gets dropped, you know who's responsible. The worst thing that happens is a ball gets dropped and you don't know who's accountable for making sure that ball doesn't get dropped.
All right, we have Dawn says she's with you, Matthew. She can't stand email.
I think email is the bane of my existence. I just feel like it's such a communication tool, but the amount of trash that comes into it is just shocking.
And Jason hit on another one, which is why we have Dan, HR issues.
Yeah, look, Jason, that may be something that you enjoy. I don't know what question you're answering.
I asked them what's something they're doing that they don't like doing. What's something they're still doing?
Yeah. Yeah, look, if dealing with HR issues, you know, as you scale an organization, you start to deal with more and more of those. You can just imagine with almost 400 team members, there's always some sort of HR thing you're having to think about. But listen, yeah, when that was something when we hired Dan Crumpton, who's been on the webinars and on our podcast, when we hired him, that brain damage, oh my gosh, just removing a lot of that brain damage is amazing.